you could pick up the phone and talk to Rachel right now, what would you say to her?
I would say, Rachel, we love you. We hope you'll get the help you need to deal with your own personal issues so that you can know and believe and speak the truth.
Well, that was the parents of a local NAACP leader saying that they hope their daughter gets the help that she needs after Rachel Dolezal apparently lied about her racial identity for years. This split screen shows how she looked when she was a young girl and how she looks now. The Spokane NAACP leader canceled an event for today where she was supposed to address these questions about the controversy, and that got some of the people on the council mad. They said, who are you to just cancel the meeting when we have a meeting we expected to happen? So more to come on that. Joined now by Basil Smikle Jr., who is an adjunct professor at Columbia. He is also president and founder of the Basil Smikle Associates, and Deneen Borelli, chief political correspondent for Conservative Review and a Fox News contributor. You know, there's a lot of levels here. Obviously, the family is going through something that is quite evident. Apparently, the brother, she has 3 or 4, I believe, adopted African-American siblings, and one of the brothers came out and said, you know, she asked me to cover for her and to say that our parents are not her parents, but that's not true. What's going on with that?
Yeah, and her ex-husband, I think, is African-American also. So, you know, look, there's no problem with someone who's white running the NAACP. No problem with her going to Howard, which is a historically black college university. I think the issue is that folks are wondering is, did she somehow sort of alter her appearance to gain an advantage?
Well,
is she
checked the box and said she was part African-American.
Is she talking about the blackness to create some kind of advantage? Look, she can do whatever she wants as whatever she wants to be. I think the issue is when you use blackness as a costume, take it on and off for your convenience. That's the problem.
Understood. I want to play this soundbite from Melissa Harris Perry over the weekend on MSNBC, because this has brought up all of this conversation about, well, you know, with the transgender issue, if you feel more female, then should you have the right to become a female? If you feel more black, should you have the right to say, I'm black? Listen to this.
Is it possible that she might actually be black? And the best way that I know how to describe this, and I want to be very careful here, because I don't want to say that it is equivalent to the transgender experience, but there is a useful language in trans and cis, which is just to say some of us are born cisgendered, some of us are born transgendered, but I wonder, can it be that one would be cis black and trans black?
Can you be trans black, Deneen?
Good morning, Martha.
Good morning.
Yeah, we're talking about Melissa Harris Perry, so, you know, that's a whole nother segment with her. I think the bigger picture here, what is going on, is that people think that they can just lie and get away with it. This is what's going on in our culture, from Hillary Clinton coming under sniper fire to Brian Williams and his monumental lies that he told. This speaks volumes with the credibility, the integrity, and the trust of these individuals, especially with Rachel, who's running part of this organization. If she's lying about this, what else is she lying about?
Yeah, I mean, everyone, I think, agrees that if she had said, I'm a white person, I grew up in a family that has a lot of African-American members in it, I feel very strongly that I can lead the NAACP, we wouldn't be sitting here today. We would have no problem with it. But the issue is that she has been checking the boxes, and I think that raises another issue. All right, fine, if you can be a little bit of whatever you want, can we get rid of the boxes on all applications and say, you know what, we're Americans, who cares what your hyphenation is?
That's an interesting point, because I do think this shows the absurdity of social constructs. It actually really does. And one thing that's great about America is that you have the opportunity to sort of author your own narrative. But I do think that when you're trying to talk about communities of color, especially when you're talking about the hardships and the suffering of those in the African diaspora, you don't want to trivialize it. And I think what ends up happening is the way she has done it, she actually does more damage to the work that she's trying to do rather than support it.
But to your point, so NAACP is supposed to be for the advancement of color people, right? They oppose school choice. Children need a quality education. They oppose school choice, the leaders. They're on board with Obama's climate change agenda, which will harm energy prices for people who are least able to afford them. And when we look at the black community, it's double-digit unemployment. And, you know, they're promoting initiatives that are not going to advance individuals, especially those in the black community.
We got to leave it there. Thank you very much, Deneen and Basil. Very interesting. You know, there's the family level here, and then there's the big picture about the boxes that I think we got to continue to address in our society. Thank you very much, both of you.